an earlier video, I talked about Tekken 4. In that video, I mentioned that not many people liked 4 as much as 3. This statement had me thinking, why not play Tekken 3 and see if this could indeed be true? Good idea. So here I am playing Tekken 3 with a twist. First off, this is the arcade version that came with Tekken 5 on the PlayStation 2, not the PlayStation 1 port unfortunately. Secondly, this is the debut of my OSSC device and I'm using Mcboot to change the resolution output to 1080i, which the OSSC is then handling via its pass-through mode. Oh, and yes, all of this, what you see right now, is real hardware. Anyway, let's jump straight in. Tekken 3 starts with a montage of different fighters, showing off both the graphics engine and the super smooth motion captured animations. It's simple, or inspiring for the time, and I love the music. I have no idea what genre or type of music it is, but who cares? It sounds great. I especially love the part of the song when it gets to Law and Lay. There's also an FMV cutscene which shows Jin Kazama, Ogre, and even Kazuya and June from Tekken 2. That was pretty cool. Finally, time to pick a fighter. There's 18 to choose from. There's many new fighters introduced for the first time and all of them are playable from the get-go. Sadly, no bonus characters to unlock here, but hey ho, we're spoiled for choice. Right, now it's time to kick butt. Tekken 3 is a 3D fighting game. Unlike the previous Tekken games, this one aims to improve the fighting engine in massive ways. Where do I begin? I guess the difference in speed is the most obvious change. Unlike Tekken 4 and older Tekken games, Tekken 3 is a blur in comparison. The general fighting speed is faster for sure, and the recovery times are almost non-existent now, even from the more devastating attacks. You can also perform a quick roll when you land on the ground, getting you back into the thick of the action in mere moments. Straight away, the action keeps on moving, thus keeping the players more engrossed in Tekken 3. Another big change is the ability to sidestep and the tweaked jumping heights. Only certain characters could sidestep in Tekken 2, and only rolling to the side when a fighter was down wasn't always helpful. Now, sidestepping allows you to dodge attacks and return a well-timed comeback could be on the cards. Yeah, eat that, Dust Eater! The reduced jump height is rather helpful as I can now more precisely jump over someone and execute my idea of punishment. Works every time, trust me. While watching, you probably noticed the animations. They look superb. Even today, the motion captured animations just sell the game. The game not only looks more lifelike, but the hitboxes feel more dynamic too. This reduces the unfair hits players used to sustain in older Tekken games. Oh, by the way, grabbing opponents is far easier. It also animates more smoothly instead of just cutting animations like the older Tekken games used to do. When my foes got up quickly, I would grab them to show them back to the floor, exactly where they should be. I loved using Lay's grab in particular, where he kicks the foe far away because I simply charged in and caused massive damage with a headbutt. Or sometimes I stomped on them, whatever felt good to me at the time. I must say, while everything I spoke about so far sounds minor, in the grand scheme of things, these little changes add up to make a big difference. Just try playing Tekken 2 after playing Tekken 3 and the differences are so stark, going back to older Tekken games just makes them feel incomplete somehow. Namco really brought their A game here. I also forgot to mention the controls. Playing older Tekken games felt like playing with concrete. It was fun for a bit until you got stuck. In this case, the games felt primitive and somewhat limiting, whereas Tekken 3 feels fluid, responsive and as tight as a well-tuned Japanese drum. In other words, you control the game, not the other way around. This alone is already more than enough to make Tekken 3 the top dog in 3D fighting games back then. Job done, right? Well, no, Namco is not going to stop there. Are you kidding? Nah, they pushed all the boundaries. The sound effects are all new. Finally! The kicks, punches, body slams and bone-crushing noises sound far more modern and sophisticated than before. It's much more convincing now and only helps to engross you into the mayhem. I mean, when it sounds painful to hurt someone you can't defeat, that only inspires you to carry on the pain and push on to victory. I will admit, the older sound effects are more nostalgic and I do miss the punch sound effects from Tekken 2, but I can embrace these new ones with open arms. The arcade music in Tekken 3 is the best in this series hands down. Every song lasts ages before it repeats and the sound of the music holds up today. And while there's a mixture of different music genres, mostly rock and, I don't know, trip hop or whatever, look, I'm no music critic, okay? But I'm telling you, the music here is awesome and it fits the game like a glove. The hidden character theme is my favourite. I could listen to that all day. I love when the game makes me fight multiple hidden characters in a row. The theme never gets old. Ever! I will get hate for this, but the arcade themes are better than the arranged themes found on the PS1 port of Tekken 3. No, please don't throw tomatoes at me, I didn't mean it! Nah, you guys are kind enough to not do that, right? Finally then, the graphics. Yes, I know I'm using Mcboot at 1080i output so the game shouldn't look this good, but even without it, the game still holds up graphically. Characters now blink, yes that was not a thing in older Tekken games, and the overall detail has been improved dramatically. The 2D backgrounds have seen improvement too. They offer more detail and clarity, plus the locations themselves are more interesting. From a fairground, basketball court, random field, dungeons of death, and a dojo, you won't be bored fighting wherever the game takes you. All this proves is that Namco knew exactly what they were doing to make Tekken 3 the best it can possibly be. Add in the still solid foundations of what did work in older Tekken games and well, I can now understand why Tekken 4 was not as appealing as this game. Almost as if Namco forgot what made Tekken, well, Tekken. Thank God Tekken 5 fixed Tekken 4's issues tenfold. Tekken 3 without doubt still kicks butt. More than 20 years later and after playing the game for 3 hours straight, it's still not hard to see why this game is up there with the best fighting games ever made. Well folks, that was Tekken 3. This is one of those fighting games that really stick out from the rest. Everything was done so well to the point of almost being gaming perfection. Namco was on top form at this time and thankfully they changed the gameplay features and mechanics from past games to make this one feel fresh yet keep the core identity and functionality of the Tekken gameplay. Of course they knew what did work before and never broke those aspects in the process. There's many fighting games out there that are worth playing, but Tekken 3 isn't just worth playing, it's a must own. You cannot miss out on a gaming legend of this caliber, right? If you haven't played Tekken 3 yet, find a way, you won't regret it. Alright folks, please let me know what your thoughts are on this game and until my next video, I will see you soon.